15 of The Crown and the Flame, Book 1. This is it. The final battle has arrived. Can Kenna and her army take back Stormhold once and for all? Chapter 15. Return to Stormhold. Now playing as Kenna. You and your army are making camp outside of Stormhold Castle. My home. It's burning and thundering. This day has been far too long in coming. We have returned, my queen. Whether or not we can retake this beast of a castle is another thing. It won't be easy, but from what you've told me about the castle's vulnerabilities, I think we have a shot. Do we really need to do this? Can't we just buy another castle? Somewhere even better? If you'll pay for it, sure. Stormhold isn't just a castle, it's our home. The time has come for us to reclaim it. Though it won't be an easy task, Stormhold has never been taken in battle. That may be true, but there is a first time for everything. That there is. We will not let the odds stop us from trying. Let's review what we're working with. You and your advisors head into your command tent. I want to check on my siege engines, equipment, or soldiers. Let's see how the engines are holding up. What support will we have from the technocrats? In addition to my drill, we have 5 catapults from the technocrats. You're very generous. You're very persuasive. You convince me that you're the right person to lead this kingdom, and so we will do everything in our power to ensure that happens. Anyway, the real problem is going to be getting the drill to the wall. I didn't design this machine to be used under fire. It's pretty vulnerable to any attacks. My men are ready to defend it. I want to check in on soldiers then. How many do we have for the fight? The Fidorians have sent us 100 warriors to help avenge their lost king and Prince Tevon. 50 Rajkur monks have joined us. Damned if I know where they showed up from or how they even knew to come. The monks have their ways. Wait, the Rajkur monks? Was my former training master among them? See for yourself. Gabriel holds aside the army flap and calls out. A few seconds later. Yay! Queen Kenna. You're safe. I didn't dare hope. I'm so relieved. You embrace him. I'm alive and well, thanks to your friend inside the castle. Dominic? He saved my life. He's a very interesting man. I owe him a great debt. I never would have forgiven myself if you'd died because of me at Marco's hands. Nonsense. It is my duty. It was my great honor to serve you, and it will be my greatest honor yet to fight for you today. The honor is mine, my friend. The monk smiles and ducks out of the tent. Ahem, as I was saying, that's 50 fighting monks that your buddy there brought us. We have 500 fighters from Aurelia, thanks to Annalise. You're welcome. And the bulk of our forces comes from my men and the mercenaries. 2,000 former Stormhold soldiers and mercenaries, all are ready to fight and die for you. So they basically only have like 2,600 soldiers. Okay, this will be interesting. And all without pay. That's saying something, my queen. You moved them with your speech. You're a leader they can believe in. Then we better not disappoint them. Altogether, we've got a force of 2,650 soldiers. We just might have enough to take this castle back. Thank you, Leon. I want to check on my equipment now. About our equipment. With Annalise's help, we've managed to outfit most of our army with new armor and shields. We also have 500 Aurelian troops. Could have done with some better weapons. That new Navrakis armor will be damned hard to get through using ordinary steel. You know, I didn't have to give you anything. Annalise is right, Leon. We should be grateful for her help. Always the sensible one, my old friend. There's one other matter, my queen, the local townsfolk. They've seen our encampment. Many have heard of your journey. They're flocking to join the fight and restore you as the rightful ruler of Stormhold. Close to 1,500 have joined us already. Legendary, 1,500 townsfolk will fight for you. That brings our army up to 4,150. Plus 30 army. I hardly believe it. They're willing to risk their lives. For me? Is that so surprising? After all you've done, you're not the young woman I set out with. You've become a legend, my queen. A legend worth fighting for. A legend worth dying for. Leon, can you see that they're armed and armored with whatever we can spare? Sure, the more the merrier. Where will everyone be during the battle? I'll be with my drill. Whitlock, are you sure that's wise? If something goes wrong, you'll need me to repair it. That's where I can be the most useful, so that's where I'll be. I'll be with our main force, protecting the drill. Radian and I will be here, tending the wounded. That's an ugly business during a battle. You sure you want to get those soft hands all bloody? Annalise's soft hands have patched me up more times than I care to remember. Trust me, there's no one better for the job. I will be at my queen's side. And I'll be with you all, leading the charge. On the front lines? But that's far too dangerous. A single lucky soldier would be able to strike you down. Nowhere will be truly safe. Great. And besides, this is my crown to claim. I can't ask my soldiers to risk their lives if I'm not willing to risk my own. That was one of the first lessons this journey taught me, back when Severin was holding us prisoner. You step outside the tent, flanked on every side by your most trusted allies. Val catches your eye and nods. Let's see what you've got, your majesty. Leon gestures at a rack of weapons. What weapon will you use for the battle? I'm going to use this awesome golden mountain fang. They can cut through anything. This weapon is perfect. You raise the golden mountain fang over your head. Your army fills the field before you. Rank after rank of soldiers roars your name as they raise their weapons in salute. Prince Marco doesn't stand a chance. We've waited years for this moment. We've suffered under Luther and Navrakis' evil and cruelty. Today we take the fight to our enemies. Today we take Stormhold. Today we take back our home. For Stormhold. For glory. Hear, hear. The sounds of your army's cheers rings in your ears. Today we fight. Now playing as Dominic. You are locked in the dungeons of Stormhold with Sei Ruka. And so that's when I first realized that walking through the cow pasture was not to be done in the dark. Not even a laugh? Nope. Not much for conversation, huh? I still haven't decided whether or not I can trust you, Lowlander. Even if you... Never mind. Trust me or not, it doesn't make all that much difference. We're both locked up in here, aren't we? In the distance, you hear the sound of shouting. Wait, did you hear that? Suddenly, the entire castle trembles. The ground is shaking. What do I do? Try and run? You fall to the ground. Oof. As the shaking dies down, Hex comes into the dungeon, flanked by guards. It's time, beast. Are you going to be good, or are you still determined to make my life difficult? Come a step closer. I will show you difficult. Still fighting. I would be impressed at your determination, but, well, I'm not. Guards? 2 guards enter Say's cell, and she struggles as they try to drag her out. Frustrated, the guards start hitting her. Oof, pathetic. The village midwife hits harder than that. Her. You're lucky we're in a hurry, savage. Stop, leave her alone. Oh, aren't you a valiant one? Violence is the only language this brute understands. If she'd only told me how she uses the fire, we could have done without all this ugliness. As the guards drag Say out, she weakly lifts her head and looks straight at you. No one uses fire. You feed the fire and let it burn. Say turns back to Hex. If I were unbound, I would ignite you where you stand. Precisely why you are bound, my dear. Your fire will go only where I want it to. Come along. Say. After Hex and the others are gone, you listen to the sounds of the battle raging outside. You strain at the bars of your cell, but it's useless. You're trapped. I need to get out of here. Suddenly, you hear soft footsteps on the dungeon steps. It's Rose. Dom, are you in there? Rose, what are you doing here? I'm rescuing you. Rose. Well, it sounds kind of mean, but I also don't want her to leave, so hurry up. Hurry, before the guards come back. Rose rushes to your side and starts trying keys in the cell door's lock. What's going on out there? Everyone is rushing to join the battle. You won't believe it, Dom. It's Kenna. She's out there with an army. I don't know how she did it, but she's here. She's here to save us, to take back Stormhold. These dark times are truly over. Just then, you hear soft clapping from the stairwell. How touching. How very, very touching. Did you really think this would play out in your perfect romance? Oh no. Bartel's hand clamps around Rose's arm. Poor sweet little flower. Hey. Get your hands off her. Keep your hands off her, or I swear I'll... You'll what? You'll do nothing, prisoner. You're both at my mercy. And unfortunately for you, I have none. Bartel pulls a dagger from his robes and lays it against Rose's cheek. Now how strong are you? Please. Rose, don't look at him. Don't hurt her. I'll tell you anything you want to know, I swear. Your lost queen is attacking at the gates, boy. There's nothing I want from you now, except to see you suffer. I wish we had more time, but the battle will be raging soon. Say goodbye, little flower. No. Summon my fire magic to save Rose. Get away from her. You feel anger rushing through your veins, and you stop fighting it. You feed your anger to the fire inside you. Burn. Blue fire explodes from your hands, engulfing your arms. You grip the cell door's bars and they melt like butter. What sorcery is this? You can't. +5 army. I told you to get away from her. You fling a handful of fire at Bartel, setting his clothes alight. Ah! Let go of me! Rose shoves Bartel off her. He flees, slapping at his burning clothes. Once he's gone, you feel the anger flooding out of you. You collapse. Dominic! Rose rushes to your side. Stay with me, Dominic. I can't lose you. I'm all right, Rose. I've never seen anything like that, Dom. It was incredible. You are incredible. Our work isn't over yet. Get to safety. There's nothing more you can do. What are you planning, Dom? Oops. I skipped that, so I don't know what happened. You burst from the dungeons and find an armed guard waiting outside. What the? He picks up his axe. What do you do? You use magic. You blast him with fire. Ah! He runs off screaming. I've got to find Say and stop Hex's cannon. The guard's axe lies on the floor. Pick up the axe. Armed with the guard's axe, you race towards the courtyard. I'm coming, Kenna. Now playing as Kenna. The battle for Stormhold rages around you. Flanked by a dozen men with shields held aloft to repel the barrage of arrows, you lead the drill toward the castle's side wall. Protect the drill at all costs. Without it, we will have no way of getting through the wall. Yes, ma'am. Nothing's getting through. Steady. Keep the drill's momentum going forward. One of Marco's soldiers charges straight at you. Die, false queen. Attack. Rah! You deal the enemy soldier a merciless blow on the temple, sending him crashing to the ground. No one will stop us, not today. As the drill rumbles toward the castle wall, a wave of Navraki's troops rushes forward to stop you. Charge! Get the false queen. There are so many. Soldiers of Stormhold, we must defend now. Hearing your cry, your allies rally to your side. We shall not fall. The wave of Navraki's soldiers is almost upon you. You steel yourself for the coming fight. Time to show them what we're made of. The armies collide together, a sea of swords and flesh and armor. In the distance, you hear the thunks of your technocrat-made catapults firing at the enemy. Ah! Huge boulders crash down into the Navraki's ranks, striking where the enemy is thickest. Such accuracy! Truly, it is good to have the technocrats on our side. My queen, the sky! You look up and see a massive blast of bright blue fire. Look out! Ah! You hear the screams of the soldiers who are hit by the blast. Ah! What evil conjured this destruction? At least it seems like it's hitting everyone. Our men and Marcos. They must not be able to aim it very precisely. That's not a lot of consolation to the men getting burned alive. The drill is part metal, part wood. It can burn. And without that drill, we're as good as dead rushing at the castle. What are we going to do? We didn't prepare for this, Kenna. We should... pull back. We should pull back. I won't waste lives. But pull back and wait for what, my queen? I'll think of something. I have to. Now playing as Dominic, more explosions shake the ground as you sprint into the courtyard. Hex adjusts the cannon's aim, laughing as another fireball arcs over the castle wall. Poor little queen, she tried so hard, but no army can stand against me now. Not anymore. Prepare to fire again. Lowlander, hurry! You rush to Say's side. Her hands are locked inside the cannon barrel, the shackles held closed by a large padlock. I need to hit the lock. You slash at the lock, scoring a deep gash in the metal. Hang on, Say, I'll get you out of there. I need to hit the lock. You strike the body of the lock, bending it out of shape. Strike. Hit the lock. Your next blow takes a chunk out of the body of the lock. Almost there. With one final swing, you cleave the padlock free from its shackle. Finally, +5 army. At the sound of breaking metal, Hex whirls around. Hey you, just what do you think you're... Rah! Say charges at Hex, smashing her against the wall of the courtyard. Hex crumples to the ground, unconscious. You've no idea how long I've been waiting to do that. Now, Lowlander, I'll show you what this cannon can really do. Chapter Progress. You saved Say from the dungeons of Stormhold and Hex's clutches. You saved Rose from being killed by Portel. Because of your reputation as a great leader, you inspired 1,500 civilians to join the ranks of your army. Overall progress. Oh. Last ally isn't met yet. Prestige 43 out of 71. Power 23 out of 24. Weapons 15 out of 40. Allies 30 out of 55. Troops 83 out of 85. Significant choices 60 out of 145. Army score 254 out of 420. That's the end.